Hi my friends, welcome to the channel English Professionally, and this video course is for you. How to speak English fluently, confidently, naturally, fast and easily. I really hope that you like the idea of this video. Thanks a lot for likes, shares and comments. Okay, thanks a lot my friends, okay? Are you ready to start? I hope so. It's my greatest ambition to speak English fluently. So it's my greatest ambition, or it's my greatest desire, it's my greatest wish, okay? So you can also use these words, desire or wish. It means that you really want to do it, you really want it, okay? So it's my greatest ambition to speak English fluently, and I don't have the slightest idea how to make this dream come true, okay? So I don't have the slightest idea. It means I have no idea. I don't know how to do it. So I don't really know how to do it. So really, I know nothing about it. How to make this dream come true. So how to do something so I have this high level in English. So to make this dream come true, okay? So we all have dreams, and really I hope all our dreams will come true one day. So it's my dream, and really I don't know, or I don't have the slightest idea how to make this dream come true. Well, a lot is said about fluency. A lot, it means many things. Yeah, many things are said, or a lot is said in specific voice about fluency. I mean about fluent speech, fluent English speech, and most people put it in the first place. Put it in the first place. Most people think that it's the most important thing to speak English fluently. So not grammar, but English fluency. Nevertheless means but. I do think. So I do think means I really think this thing isn't enough. So it isn't enough, yeah. So if you are fluent in English, so if you're only fluent in English, it isn't enough, okay? There are other things too, okay? So what is it all about? What is it all about? Or what do you mean? Or what do you want to say? It's about the following, or it's about this thing, okay? So not only do you need to speak English fluently, but you also need to speak it confidently, naturally, fast and easily. So yeah, it's a great structure. Not only, so we call it inversion. So you see that we have a different word order. So do you need? So normally we say you need, but if you have this structure, you say do you need to speak English fluently, but also, yeah, we call this structure not only, but also. It's a very useful structure for speaking, okay? To speak it confidently, naturally, fast and easily. I can't make it out. So you know that make out is a phrasal verb. It means understand. So if you say I can't make it out, it means I can't understand it, okay? So I hope you understand it. Alright, or okay, I'll tell you what it means and how you can achieve it in the short run. So how you can achieve it, it means that how you can have this result in the short run. Yeah, one more interesting phrase, in the short run, it means so in a very short period of time. So in the short run. So the opposite phrase is in the long run. In the short run, it means so fast or quickly or as soon as possible, okay? So you know, most people continue learning English ineffectively. So normally we say continue doing, okay? So you know, most people continue learning English ineffectively. So when they don't have a result, okay, ineffectively. So when it isn't effective, spending. So it means that, and they spend years, so many years, and even decades. So decades is more than 10 years, so maybe 20, 30 years and decades on it, without having a decent result. So without doing something, so without having, and they don't have a decent result or a good result, a satisfactory result, so that the result is good enough. So really, it's a real pity to see it and realize it. Okay, so honestly, really, I want to be honest with you. I don't want you to be one of them. Our understanding of this learning process must be crystal clear. So crystal clear, when it's very clear, so it's very clear, you know how you need to learn English. Okay? So great, or good, good. So to speak English fluently, means if you want to speak English fluently, you need to be able to speak it spontaneously in a great variety of situations. So to be able, it's like can. So if you can speak it spontaneously, so in a great variety, or in a great number of situations, so in different situations, not only when you travel, so not only when you talk about hobbies, how you, what's your name, not only in these simple situations, but in different situations, in a great variety, number of situations, it means that you can speak it fluently. Okay, to achieve it, so if you want to have this result, you shouldn't be dependent on books or other materials. You shouldn't be dependent on, or you shouldn't depend on books or other materials, So it's a real problem. So when students just they learn something, so they can use it, and they aren't able to use it in different situations. Only you can use it in simple situations. So everything must be in your head. Really, everything must be in your head. So English words, phrases, and your good knowledge of grammar. Okay? So if you are capable of constructing English sentences by yourself, if you are capable, it means that if you are able to construct, or if you can construct English sentences, construct or make up English sentences by yourself, it means that when you don't have to learn everything, so you just know some English words, phrases, and you can talk about any subject, so it's easy for you to build different English sentences. You're on the right track, or you're on the right way. If not, so if you can't do it, if you can't speak English, so if you maybe you can only learn some English texts, and you can only use some phrases from these texts in your speech, no, it isn't good. So you need to change your method of learning English completely or fully. So something is wrong, so you need to think about it. Okay, so is it okay if I use only simple sentences and phrases, but not very difficult ones or complicated structures? So is it okay? So if I use simple sentence phrases, so for example, like I want, I like, so I need, so I don't know much about maybe difficult English grammar structures, or I don't know intermediate or advanced vocabulary. So is that okay, or I need to use more difficult ones? More difficult words, phrases, or complicated. Complicated means difficult, extremely difficult structures. A good question. It's really a good question. So it's okay, if you can speak English, fluently, and you use simple words, but it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but not perfect. It isn't an excellent result. So you need actually some improvement anyway. Okay. So it's quite satisfactory. So it's quite good, or maybe a little worse than good. But we all start with it. So it's good. So it's very good, that you can do it, but you need to actually move forward. So if you continue working, that we generally say, normally say continue doing on the improvement of your English. So improvement. So if you really want to improve your English and you work on it, you want to do something to do it, so you'll be able. So it can in the future to use more advanced structures and vocabulary. Okay, so it means that, okay, yeah, first you need to, to speak English fluently and use simple phrases and vocabulary. Yeah, and then you know that you'll be improving your English, your level will be getting higher and higher, and you'll be able to use more advanced structures and vocabulary. Okay, what is speaking English confidently? Why do you need it, or why do I need it? Okay, so it's a feeling and knowledge, yeah, and knowledge, not only feeling and knowledge that you speak English correctly, or that you speak English rightly without mistakes. If you don't have such a feeling, you're always unsure about your English, which makes you feel uncomfortable. So if you don't have such a feeling, so it means that you, for example, said something in English or you wrote something in English and you're sure that all the sentences are correct. So you don't have any mistakes at all. You know, it's an amazing feeling. So you really need to have this feeling. Yeah, and you're always, if you don't have this feeling, you're always unsure about your English. Oh, maybe I speak English with mistakes. Oh, maybe I made a mistake, maybe not. And this feeling is so uncomfortable. So I really don't like it. Okay, and which makes you feel uncomfortable. You know that fluency and confidence. So fluency, when you can speak English quite fast and spontaneously, and confidence, so when you're sure that your English is correct and it's really correct, are very closely connected. So there is a close connection between these two things, closely connected. So yeah, it's important to have both fluency and confidence. Okay, and you know that the more confidence, the more fluency. Yeah, a very nice conclusion. So if you have more confidence, so if you're really sure that you don't make mistakes when you speak English, so it means that your level of fluency is much higher, yeah? Because you don't waste time. Yeah, you don't waste time on thinking, oh, maybe it's correct, maybe not, oh, it's terrible. It's stupidity. I think maybe not stupidity, but you need to work on it. So you need to work on it and improve it. It's possible, okay? And you don't waste time on it, yeah? So you just need to work a little bit on grammar, yeah? And you speak automatically since you're confident. Because you're confident, so you need to speak English automatically. It means quite fast and correctly. So fluency and confidence, two things. Thanks for such a perfect explanation, or a very good explanation. How can I gain this confidence, or how can I get this confidence, or how can I become confident in English? And what about, or how about, speaking naturally, fast and easily? Well, to become really confident in English, so if you want to become really confident in English, you can't do without lots of simple exercises. So you can't do without. It means that you really need lots of simple exercises on grammar, or on grammar and vocabulary, right? When you see that your results are good. So you see that really your results are good, so your answers are correct. So it's the shortest way and it's free. So it's a very important thing. Please don't ignore it, or you'll only have an illusion that you speak English correctly and fluently and confidently, okay? So as far as your second question is concerned, or if we look at your second question, so we do need, or we really need to speak English naturally, fast and easily, okay? If you speak English naturally, it implies, or it means, you speak it like a native speaker, yeah. So, and it's very important, yeah, because I know lots of people who speak English, so they think they speak English naturally, but unfortunately it isn't the case. It isn't so, okay? And they don't realize it, yeah. Don't learn only English words. Really, sometimes people believe, oh, I learn a list of 30,000 English words and my English will be perfect. No. Yeah, 1,000 times no. Things don't work this way. It's only an illusion. So yeah. So the reality is completely different. And in fact, you need to use different, or you need to use English phrases, not only English words, English phrases and different structures, I mean grammar structures, so to sound like a native speaker, not just I like, not just for example, students often say I like. Okay, I like it, I like doing it. But please, for example, about some other phrases, similar phrases, which sound more advanced, which you can use instead of I like. So what are these phrases? Okay, so I like is just one of these phrases, and I have a question for you. Can you just tell me maybe 10 more phrases which mean more or less the same? So when you want, you can use these phrases talking about your hobbies, about your preferences, and so on. I mean that you can use different phrases such as I'm keen on, so I'm into, it means that you really like it, yeah, so I'm fond of, or not just I'm interested. Yeah, I'm interested, you can say I'm interested. Yeah, I think it's a nice phrase, but you know it's important to use different adjectives, adverbs. So for instance, you can say, yeah, maybe you didn't understand it, for instance, but in fact for instance means the same as for example. It's one more thing. So students always say for example, for example, for example. There are lots of other things which mean for example. For instance, yeah, it's one more, or such as. So try to use different vocabulary. And for instance, instead of I'm interested in it, but anyway, it's a nice phrase, you can say, for example, I'm particularly interested in it. So it's really my particular interest, it's particularly interested in it, and you need to make your English speech richer. Okay, so yeah, it's an important thing, so focus on vocabulary. Okay, how can I speak English fast and easily? So by having lots of English practice. So if you have lots of English practice, I mean a regular English speaking practice, that's great. It should be your habit, something which you do regularly. If you have it, you feel, I mean that if you don't have it, if you have it, you feel comfortable. So by having lots, it should be your habit. If you have it, you feel comfortable, right? Or you feel uncomfortable. That's what I was getting at. Just the idea is the following. So you feel uncomfortable. So it's an unpleasant feeling. So you feel uncomfortable, and just I believe that we need to be in a good mood, and we need to feel really positive. So if we don't feel positive, if we aren't in a good mood, it means that there is something wrong. But not with the people around us, but with ourselves. So let's try to be optimistic and positive. So I prefer to be full of positive energy, and if I feel uncomfortable, I don't really like it. So it's just about the state which is inside me. So I prefer to be optimistic, and really, personally, I don't like this kind of feeling. Okay, so and I feel uncomfortable, or you feel uncomfortable, you haven't spoken English for a day or more, or just about, it can be rightly actually said about any habits. Okay, just you need to do it regularly. So, and you need to maybe watch English videos regularly on the channels. You need to speak English regularly. And if you haven't spoken English for a day or more, really, you feel uncomfortable because it's your habit. So you need to have this kind of habit, English speaking practice, but not only English speaking practice, but as I have already said, regular English speaking practice. Okay, so I hope that you got my idea. And so two more important points. Okay, it's also important to learn English easily. Don't try to learn it in a week or so. No, it's not, it isn't the case. So it's impossible, and it can only lead to frustration. So frustration means a feeling of disappointment, when you're so sad and maybe you feel depressed, frustration, disappointment, depression. So very negative feelings which have a very negative effect on us. So learning step by step using simple materials and doing lots of simple exercises. So you need to start with simple materials and simple exercises. Yeah, you need to feel satisfied. It's very important feeling. So when you feel satisfied and you feel optimistic, yeah, when you really like learning English, you need to have a feeling of enjoyment and satisfaction. Okay, so learning English, yeah, it isn't actually a boring thing. Yeah, it should be for pleasure, so for excitement, for enjoyment, yeah, for fun, yeah, just you feel progress and you see it, you realize that you make progress, and that's a great feeling. Yeah, and if not, look for a more effective method. So it is said all genius things are very simple, and I suppose that you need to use simple, effective, and very useful materials. Okay, thanks a lot, my friends, for your support. See you. Greatest wish, okay? So you can also use these word, desire or wish. It means that you really want to do it, you really want it, okay? So it's my greatest ambition to speak English fluently, and I don't have the slightest idea how to make this dream come true, okay? So I don't have the slightest idea. It means I have no idea. I don't know how to do it. So I don't really know how to do it. So really, I know nothing. Hi, my friends. Welcome to the channel English Professionally. And this video course is for you. How to speak English fluently, confidently, naturally, fast and easily. I really hope that you like the idea of this video. Thanks a lot for likes, shares and comments. Okay, thanks a lot, my friends. Okay, are you ready to start? I hope so. It's my greatest ambition to speak English fluently. So it's my greatest ambition, or it's my greatest desire, it's my about it, how to make this dream come true. So how to do something so I have this high level in English, so to make this dream come true. Okay, so we all have dreams, and really I hope all our dreams will come true one day. So it's my dream, and really I don't know, or I don't have the slightest idea how to make this dream come true. Well, a lot is said about fluency. A lot, it means many things. Yeah, many things are said, or a lot is said in passive voice about fluency. I mean about fluent speech, fluent English speech, and most people put it in the first place. Most people think that it's the most important thing to speak English fluently. So not grammar, but English fluency. Nevertheless means but. I do think. So I do think means I really think this thing isn't enough. So it isn't enough, yeah. So if you are fluent in English, so if you're only fluent in English, it isn't enough, okay? There are other things too, okay? So what is it all about? What is it all about? Or what do you mean? Or what do you want to say? It's about the following, or it's about this thing, okay? So not only do you need to speak English fluently, but you also need to speak it confidently, naturally, fast and easily. So yeah, it's a great